How much red fabric does one photographer need for one studio? Well, this is 8 feet by 8 feet, and you'd think that would be enough, but no, that's not even close to my red fabric collection. I've got so much of it. I found this rather nice piece of stretchy red fabric, and it's like a t-shirt type material, very nice. This, which is more like a netting, more like a mesh type material, again, a little bit stretchy. Hello, I'm Gavin Hoey and you're watching Adorama TV, brought to you by Adorama, the camera store that's got everything for us photographers. And in this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways to use red fabric as a prop. And by that I mean something that adds to the picture rather than just being a red background in your photos. Now to get there, I've got a bit of work to do. So I've got a bit of tidying up to do first of all. I need to sort out these backgrounds. Whilst I'm doing that, you should click on the subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss a video right here on Adorama TV. Right, let's get a light set, let's get a model in. I wonder what colour she'll be wearing, and let's get shooting. It's going to be red, we know it's going to be red. To help me out today, I've got the amazing Chloe. Chloe is going to be the model for this photo session, and the first way we're going to use the red fabric is as a curtain. Now a curtain can be a prop, anything that you interact with can be a prop, but before we get into that, let's work out the camera settings. So I'm going to work at f5.6 for a reasonable depth of field. I'll be at ISO 200, which is the native ISO for my Olympus camera, and 250th of a second, which is the flash sync speed for my Olympus OM1. And if I take a picture without any flash firing, I get this, no flash, no picture. I've already metered this out, so I've got the right exposure for the softbox at this distance, and square on. Is this the right place to put the softbox? Well, spoiler alert, no, but it gives us somewhere to start. So let's see what this looks like with direct flash with the red curtains. Here we go, Chloe. And what we get is something that is, well exposed and not that exciting and really a touch disappointing. I can improve this picture by changing just one thing. And that one thing is the position of the light. So rather than having it directly in front of Chloe and the curtains, I've moved it to the side. That's going to do a couple of things. It's going to make the light a bit brighter, so I've reduced the power, and it's going to create more directional light. Directional light means some shadows from the creases in the fabric, the fake curtains, but also a little bit of shadow on Chloe as well, which all adds to the feeling. And the easiest way to show you that, take a photo. So here we go, Chloe, quick little test photo. Here we go. And the difference between the straight on picture and this one is huge. This one has so much more depth, so much more drama. I like this picture a lot. And really, we could stop there and take a few photos, but I'm going to change one more thing and make this a little more red. Because I have got a lot of red fabric, including this. This is the X-Drop background from Westcott. It's their red one. It's available from Adorama, and it is a lovely red color. It even has a little sleeve, so you can run a curtain rail through it. You don't have to use the X-Drop system at all, but I'm going to leave the little pleats in it just to make it look a little bit more curtainy, something like that. Okay, let's see how this works. It's only around about 12 inches from the main curtains, so some of the light from our Para Snap softbox is going to reach back there. Let's see if it's enough. Okay, Chloe, here we go. Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. So although it looked good with the white background, it looks so much more red with the red background. And because it's slightly more distant than the light on Chloe, it comes out a little bit darker for more depth. And that's basically it. That's this look set. So I think we should take a few photos like this. Chloe, are you ready? Okay, here we go. I love the fact that this is just a one light setup. It makes it really easy to control. But if you want to have a little bit more light in the background, you can always get a second light, place it between the two sets of curtains, and on a very low power, just illuminate that back curtain. So the second look with the red fabric just involves one length of red fabric, and it's this, which is a sort of a netting type material, but it also has an extra feature, which is it's a little bit stretchy. which is good news for Chloe because she's going to be stretching this out way out over there. Chloe, this is for you. There we go. Luckily, Chloe is a professional. She knows what I'm asking her to do, but once again, lighting makes a huge difference. So I've got my light dead center because this is going to be a long, straight shot. Let's have a look and see how it comes out. Okay, Chloe, do you want to just stretch that out for me? And the end result is okay. It's all right. It has an even illumination with a little bit of a shadow behind for depth, but it lacks something to make this really stand out. So I've moved the light, so now it's in front of Chloe, at least where she's going to be. I've also metered the light so that the correct illumination is roughly where Chloe is going to be. There is a little bit of variation in this because of the stretch of the fabric, so I am going to have to be able to ride my settings, but at the moment I'm at 1/16th power to get my f5.6 aperture as before. Let's take this photo and see how it compares. Okay, Chloe, here we go. And straight away you can see the difference in this one. We have that illuminated side on the left, and then the shadows dropping out on the right, and we have texture in the fabric that we didn't have before. All in all, this is a much better setup and a really easy thing to put together. Of course, if you don't have a roof you can tie this on, you could use a C-stand and put a sandbag or 3 at the bottom, but really, that's all we have to do for this setup. So let's take a few photos like this. Chloe, are you ready? Okay, here we go. I want to avoid the background just looking like one continuous grey background. So what I've done is I've added the tiniest amount of feathering to the Parasnap softbox. Just angling it away from the background puts a small amount of shade in the top left corner, and I think that's super important. My final use of red fabric in this video is this setup here, which is using a very long piece of fabric. This is 8 meters, about 26 feet of the sort of the mesh-like, slightly stretchy fabric, and I'm going to make a studio inside of my studio that is completely made of red walls. So I've got the fabric clipped to my ceiling, and I've got another clip on a little C-stand down here, just so I've stretched this end nice and tight. And this is going to be the point of the mini studio. And then the other end, well, I've got one clamp to a C-stand up there, and I'm going to attach this one to this side. And this also is serving a double duty because it has a light attached to it as well. So up here we've got the Explore 300 from Flashpoint and the Parasnap softbox, which is pointing straight down, which is where Chloe is going to be. So we're going to get Chloe to go right in underneath the Parasnap softbox, and she's going to be on the far edge. So most of the light is in front of Chloe. Let's take a test photo and see how this looks. Here we go. And what you see is not the same as what you see because the camera is recording the light very differently. It's only seeing the light from the flash, and we're not seeing the outside world coming through. And it works very well. So I'm going to take a couple of photos like this, and then we'll make it slightly better by adding one more thing. Okay, here we go, Chloe. Element to this whole setup is this, which is just an old desk fan. It's going to put a little bit of a breeze onto the fabric. This is lightweight fabric. It will blow around quite nicely. So I'm going to put it in various different places, try a few different looks and styles with this, and hopefully that should give some natural movement to the fabric and allow Chloe to do a modeling thing whilst interacting with it at the same time. Let's turn it on to maximum power. Are you ready in there, Chloe? Okay, let's take a few photos like this. Oop. Actually, it's really hot in the studio, so the fan is very welcome, but it's also billowing the background. Chloe is pushing back against it, and the two are moving all the time. And that means I'll never get the same picture twice. And that's really what I want from this sort of photo shoot. So that worked out really rather well, which isn't surprising because red is just such an eye-catching colour. But try not to get hooked up on the colour so much. Even the fabric doesn't really matter. The whole idea with this is just a prop. Just like this old, surprisingly wobbly chair was a prop a while ago. You can find that video on Adorama TV. A prop allows you to build an idea and get some great photos, but a really good prop like the red fabric allows you to do that in multiple ways. Now, if you've got any questions or you've just enjoyed the video, leave me a comment down below. Click on the bell icon and you'll never miss a video right here on Adorama TV. And of course, if you haven't already done so, why not click on that subscribe button? I'm Gavin Hoey. Thanks for watching.